Now I know why nobody was answering me. I've been here talking to myself for at least 3 minutes. 3 to 4 minutes. Here I am just talking to myself. I've pinned, I've had Max around, I was chit chatting, I just even gave the order of who's first. I did everything. And I was like, why is nobody responding? Now I know why. I was not live. Well, hello, everybody. Nice to see you guys. So I'm going to repeat what I just said. Hello, my beautiful Elaine. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Juanson. Hello, Lilith. Hello, everybody else who is here. Elaine and Stephanie, I know that you already donated. However, I do have Michelle and Mimi who donated before you guys on PayPal, so they are first up. So Michelle, Mimi, Elaine, Stephanie, and Love Shine is the list that I have at the moment, and let's start this right away. Here we go. I guess not. I guess not. Which reminds you, what? What's it remind you? Tell me. And meanwhile, I'm going to go and see Michelle, and I'm going to write a timestamp. You tell me what that reminds you of. Oops, wait, I'm opening the wrong Mimi. This is the one I want. All right. Oh, the questions in PayPal. Alrighty. Hold on. Question opening. So, Mimi's next. 5 minutes for you, Elaine. 10 for Stephanie, Sweetie Pie. All right. So did you do a good thing with what you did this morning? We're going to go and look. Oh, happy third King's Wisdom. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I saw that they were selling at the grocery. I personally don't like them myself, but my grandmother used to do that. She used to do the, I don't know, the cake, yeah, with like the cards, the king card or the queen card into the cake thingy. Yeah. The idea of it is nice. The cake is not very good. All right, here we go. I don't think you need that many snacks, though. Like, yeah, as you wish. Hi, Julie. How are you doing, Sweetie Pie? All right, here we go. So, did you make a good decision leaving? I didn't put a timestamp, did I? It was definitely just for you. I feel like you've been thinking about it for a little while. You definitely did do a good thing doing it. Absolutely. Let me put you a timestamp before I continue chit-chatting over here. You're going to be at 6:20. Absolutely, my beautiful Julie. I shall see you soon, Sweetie Pie. So I'm going to put you at 6:20. And here we go. All right. I definitely do believe that you did do the right thing. For some type of reason, there seems to be something that was a little bit unfair into the whole situation altogether. Now, it could have been just unfair to you yourself, to your wants and your desires and everything this such, but there was somewhat of some unfairness I was actually playing around. Different options. Either you already have an option or an option is coming towards you. And for some reason, I just kind of feel like you were really, really stuck being like guarded all the time. So I'm actually going to say that's a very easy question. You did. The energy around the decision feels like it's very much relieving than something that would be regretful. It looks like the job was draining you more mentally, physically, maybe even onto an emotional kind of a way. And it was leaving for you was a little bit like I said with the Justice card into the middle. It was a little bit like a act of self-preservation kind of a thing. It was not something that was completely, although it could have been impulsively done. Let's say this morning, this is what I'm doing, but it was previously thought out about into the past. Maybe you just hadn't necessarily picked the right moment. I feel like this is going to open up more space, like I said, for more balance, for more rest, for more alignment with what you really actually want into the long term. So it'll be more just for you. You are going to have, if you are looking for something else, you are going to have another choice that is going to be offered to you within the following month. So I'm going to say, even though it might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable right now, I do feel like the choice was made from a place of growth, but also from a nice place of self-respect for yourself. So will you have another job opportunity to replace it? Absolutely. No doubt about it. You're the one who's going to be finding it, though. I don't feel like it's coming from somebody else or somebody saying, hey, you go over here. Or this is coming from you. You're the one going out looking and finding. But I feel like it's going to be less stressful. I feel like the hours will be better complemented for your schedule, if you will. And I feel like the environment will be a little bit more supportive. So you have a little bit of like a month of a transition period over here. But after that, everything seems more stable, more sustainable altogether. So let's go see how D feels about you. Choices. Attraction, no doubt about it, but also some type of, we've got curiosity, we've got attraction, but we've got some type of pain, but we definitely do have some thoughts about you. I'm going to say some hesitation. I'm going to say a little bit of hesitation and guardedness. This person is very guarded. So I'm going to say this person does think about you more often than what they actually let on. I do feel like there is affection, but there's also some type of issue or problem or heartbreak or something that is more heavy. So it is not just pure love. It is there. There is something that is there that is, but it's complicated. It's not 100% goodness or happiness. There's like some sorrow, some sadness that seems to be attached to it. A lot of questioning that seems to be attached to it also. So that is what I'm seeing for you, sweetie pie. If there's anything else I can do, you know where to reach me. Have yourself a fantastic day, sweetie. Hold on. Let's do this. And here we go. When it's your turn, your second chat, can you make a slight change? Absolutely, sweetie pie. Absolutely. No problem with that, sweetie. Yeah, I saw that you emailed me. All right, so I'm going to move on forward over here to Mimi. And then I'm going to be with you. Okay, sweetie? So Elaine and Stephanie. When I'm with Elaine, Stephanie, you'll be able to reword your second question, love. So just give me one little second. I'm going to go and get Mimi, who is into the email. All right, here's Mimi. Okay. Here we go. Just gonna do this over here 1 second. All right. A tickle in my throat. Don't know if I'm getting a cold or something. Okay. Okay, just 1 second. I'm here, guys. It's a long message. Okay, and Mimi, I'm going to put you a timestamp of Julie, I'll send you a message, my love, but you're going to be up. I'm going to put you right over here. You're probably going to be up in about 30 minutes, my love. Yeah, sounds good. A strawberry shake, sweetie. So I've got it at 13:30. So in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, but I'll come and send you a message. Relax and maybe go and grab something to eat into the meanwhile since you just got home. So we are currently with Mimi. Elaine is going to be up next. Okay. We're going to start by talking about CH. All right. I feel as though CH is appearing as being very much into a power dynamics kind of a play where it's almost like if this person wants to assert their authority and the communication is, well, either how can you say that? Belittling? Anyways, unfair, all right? I'm trying to diminish you into a certain kind of a way. I feel like the energy that is coming across is very defensive, very controlling, and needing to appear superior, but in front of others altogether. So it's not necessarily always into that kind of a way. I still don't feel like you've done anything wrong. I still feel like it was more about her ego than your performance altogether. But I feel like the situation definitely did trigger a different type of old wounds about trust and about feeling unsupported also. So your reaction is there. It is valid. The energy that I'm getting over here is one of... I feel like there's such a harsh tone. I feel like there's criticism without compassion. I feel like there's a lot of projecting stress onto others. I feel like this person feels, so she feels more like she is into a place where she's overwhelmed with the responsibility, where she's insecure about how she's actually perceived by others. And you can see that into the different parts of the traits of the email that was sent to you. Threatened also when others kind of depend on to her. So instead of mentoring, she kind of just pushes the blame forward. It's an easier type of a reaction. So it doesn't feel like it's a planned attack. It more feels like it's a defensive person kind of guarding their image instead of giving some type of constructive guidance altogether. But still, I'm going to say her approach is 100% completely unfair. Is there plotting going on altogether? I don't feel like there's plotting. I feel like there's misunderstandings. I feel like there's maybe some gossip energy that's floating around, people making their own interpretations altogether. But I don't feel like there's necessarily plotting. Like I said, miscommunication and ego protection is more what I'm seeing. I don't feel like it is something that is a deliberate sabotage. Now, as for MT's energy, thank you everybody for being patient, by the way. I'll be with you guys quite shortly. All right. MT's energy, I feel, follows stronger type personalities. Avoids a lot of confrontation and prefers to stay a lot onto that safe side. So MT seems to be a little bit more like a follower. Yes, somebody who drifts with groups or group energy rather than acting intentionally like against you. I feel like her actions feel more passive but not malicious. So I'm going to say MT is a little bit more like go with the flow, so I don't get dragged into all of this at the very same time. As for PW's role altogether, well, definitely unprofessional. Definitely some bullying. Definitely a power imbalance that is there, that is present. There is a desire to escalate that's coming from wanting accountability, but also wanting to have some type of fairness. But I also feel like every action has its own consequence. So your fear about your job security, I do feel like it's real. I do feel like it is valid. I'm going to say only escalate if you really feel emotionally grounded to do so and you're ready to stand strong whenever you're going to be questioned, because you will be questioned about it. So for the moment, basically what I'm going to say is don't reveal too much to people that you're unsure of. Really just keep to yourself. You do you, they do them. Keep any type of communication factual, short, and very, very professional altogether. Guard your inner world while watching how other people actually do behave also, and really just let others reveal themselves. You don't need to prove anything to anybody in any kind of a way. So yeah, Juanson, did you just send me like your email, or is that Google Googling? Yeah, it's Google Googling. All right. I'm still on Mimi, Elaine. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to say. So what do you need to do now? Navigate things as calmly as you possibly can. Choose peace over any type of confrontation. Step back whenever it is necessary to do so. Other than that, I do feel like the situation will, I do feel like things will smooth themselves out. There is definitely a shifting of the energy that is there. And I need you to protect your own spirit altogether. Now, about the sending the screenshots, I'm going to say pause. Don't rush. Reflect upon it. I don't feel like it's the right time to escalate things. So wait until you're more calm. Wait until maybe you're more financially or mentally steady to do so. Yeah, then if needed, if you feel like it's fair to do so, then go ahead with it. But protect your job first and protect your peace first, my love. That's what you've got to do. Not an easy situation, sweetie pie. I am sending you much love. Take it one little, step at a time, sweetie. I know. I was like, what are you sending me, Juanson? You never send me stuff during a live. If you do, you go through a different system. Here we go. My beautiful Stephanie, if you do want to reword your second question, please go ahead with it, sweetie. You're going to be on up soon. All right, here we go. Let me get all your questions. I got this one, I got that one. Just one moment. I've got this. And I have a last one over here. Just one moment. And this one. All right. Okay, so is it favorable for you to go back to school? And to study is going to be the first one we're going to be navigating upon. Stephanie, Love, Shine, and Julie are going to be the following readings, by the way. So is that a good idea to do so? Yes or no? It could be. It could be a turning point for you to actually do that. I feel like there could be a little bit of a change of direction. It could be a little bit of you closing an old chapter also. Basically, I'm saying I feel like it can be quite favorable for you to study something new this year, simply to a little bit get yourself a little bit like a stepping towards. It could be a life upgrade, it could be just a new talent, a new skill, a new something. I feel like you're guided to learn something that's deeper or something that's a little bit more meaningful. Um, but it needs to be something that aligns with your natural abilities altogether. Just, don't go into, I don't know, nursing or something of the such. Um, so I will say, yes, I do feel like it is favorable. Choose a path that's going to blend some logic, some creativity, and also some purpose is what I'm seeing into the main keywords. Um, Hold on. So the conceptual mapping, okay. So the graphic design versus the concept mapping. Let's go and look at that. All right. You're meant to move towards something that's going to involve for you thinking, some analyzing, some organizing different types of information, but also understanding different type of patterns. So the concept mapping, UX, UX research, I'm sorry, service design, marketing research, they all feel like they're closer to something that could be good for you, to your true calling, than something that would simply be like more of a visual kind of a design. I feel like graphic design still is, but I feel like it was a good doorway. But I feel like your mind needs or wants to work more on systems or ideal levels, not just something that would be onto a visual. So you need to put yourself into a place where you can interpret different type of insights, where you can organize information. Maybe you could help people understand different type of connections also, or solve different type of problems through some type of research thinking. So it could, I don't know, all these things, they're just words that pop up to me. There's probably many others that are not popping on up, but anything that is data, data, service design, UX or UI type of research, or marketing insights, could be really, really quite good for you. So, yeah, I will definitely say try to look maybe into those altogether. I do feel like research design as a hybrid kind of a path could be a good one for you, but you don't have to you don't have to give up everything that you've already learned and everything that you've worked for and all the connections that you have done. You don't have to abandon the design concept, or not the design concept, the design part of it altogether. It's really just about you adding something. It's about you evolving beyond it, going a step further altogether. Question number 2, affairs of the heart. Yes. I feel like there was somewhat of, I feel like there's sweet gestures. I feel like this person felt, I'm sorry, that they were appreciated. But it also tells me that this person did notice you, even if they were busy today or they acted a little bit busy. I do feel like they did feel like they were flattered. I do get some curiosity. I do get a little bit shy about reacting too openly, though. I'm going to say at this moment, you're seen as being somebody who seems very gentle, like a nice, positive, gentle, supportive type of an energy. I don't believe that anything came across as being too desperate or too forward in any kind of a way. It's more like she's kind and she noticed me, but that's it. So I just kind of feel like today you a little bit planted a seed. Now I feel like you have to let it go. It will let it go. You have to let it grow like naturally. No chasing is going to be necessary into this. Um, just one second. Let me go and see the internship. The internship altogether, I feel like it could bring good teamwork for you. It could be a good learning environment. I feel like the internship could include assisting a different type of layouts, communication material, internal project graphics, community programs, maybe document different type of formattings, presentation. It could be poster design. It could be a lot of those things all together. But the focus really feels like it's more on something that is very practical. So contributing to like real projects, not just something that would be fictional or, and I feel like there's a lot of learning something professional coming from like the workflow. So I feel like it could be a really good grounding experience. It's not a very flashy creative one, but it is going to strengthen your confidence and also your discipline moving on forward. So yeah. Is your portfolio good enough? I feel as it was good enough to enter. I feel like it does show potential. I do feel like you do demonstrate a lot of effort and you do demonstrate a lot of sincerity. I feel like it is somewhat transparent into your work. Now, I'm going to say continue to polish while you're learning the new tools that you're going to slowly be going to if you do decide to go back to school. Work your typography, your layout, and also your research thinking. Your growth is going to come from learning a software a little bit more by explaining different type of concepts into your project, but also showing different types of process like thinkings, not just something that would be onto a visual aspect. And well, why did you dream about the Wheel of Fortune? The Wheel of Fortune altogether it's about shifts. The Wheel of Fortune is a good card, especially in regards to the future. It's things that are changing. It's karmic cycles that are ending. It's an identity shift. It's destiny, if you will, that's a little bit redirecting you, but it's a path activation, if you will. So it's like you're being gently pushed away from anything that would be of a survival type of a decision, more towards something that is more like an authentic life purpose. So I feel like basically the main message that is coming from the dream is that you're not lost in any kind of a way. Your life is simply turning. It's turning directions, but you need to trust the transition that is happening as the wheel kind of propulses it forward. So you're shedding an old version of yourself onto a wiser one that can step on forward into a better position. So basically, it's not about rushing anything. It's not about rushing any success. This is more about aligning yourself, but aligning yourself with your true path. And that alignment is going to bring the opportunities that you seek. So, yeah. So basically, you're healing old fears. You're, passing on forward. You're healing old fears about stability, about failure, about needing to choose a safe road above or ahead. You're moving forward. You've got this. Thank you, Stephanie, for posting, sweetie. Um, Did you send that 2 hours ago, Watson? Oh my God. Oh, hey, I got it. It's okay. It's all good. Hi, Diane. Both could be good for you, sweetie. A continued one is more onto a longer type path. It will be good for you. Yeah, if you don't want to go to university, a certification will definitely come and bonify what you've already learned and what you've already done. So, I'm going to say definitely move ahead with it. You can go with a certification. It'll be great. It's shorter and you can actually accumulate a few different ones. So that is always good and always quite positive to go and put into your curriculum or into your portfolio. Yeah, absolutely, Sweetie Pie. Good for you, my love. Sending you much love, sweetie. We're going to put 34 minutes over here for Stephanie. That is not doing what I want it to. All right. My pleasure, sweetie. Okay. So we're going to go over here like this. Up next, by the way, is going to be Love Shine. And I'm just going to go and get your corrected question right after. Which is, Jonathan feels intentions for you. Does Jay believe? No, I think I got it, sweetie. I think I got it, my love. I saw it not too long ago, but you're Sweetie Pie. Hold on. It's really not far. I got it over here. Does he think that you find his actions okay or acceptable and attractive in any way? I got you. Okay. So we're going to start off with your first question, and we're going to move on forward to that one right after. And I already have a timestamp for you, and you like light seers. So here we go. All right. Is he noticing different type of patterns? First card that comes out is your clarity. I think he is noticing different type of patterns. The Fool who pops on through. Also have our Two Swords. Definitely patterns of having issues with, making decisions, moving on forward. We also have our Devil, and we're finishing off with our Seven of Swords. Yeah, that pretty much depicts him. And the Seven of Swords really depicts the way that he kind of ended things altogether. I feel like he is beginning to notice different type of patterns, kind of quietly, kind of internally. He is noticing them, but it's like if he doesn't necessarily want to open up and talk about them. Yeah, like he's got that clarity. It's there. But at the very same time, it's like he doesn't want to open up and actually say, you know what, I've realized that I've done this. But he does know. He does know. So I'm going to say he's beginning. He's beginning to notice, but he's not necessarily accepting. Let's put it that way. He's not necessarily accepting it at this moment. He's a lot into this period of pause, but he's a lot into this period of self-reflection. He's not jumping into anything. He's a lot into his all decisions over here. He's still kind of hiding, and he knows he's got that toxicity, but he doesn't want to bring that back on towards you. So he's into that place of pause. He's into that place of self-reflection where he's not ready to openly admit those patterns. He can admit them to himself. He's starting to. But is he actually willing to admit them to you? No, not yet. He feels like he's stuck repeating the same emotional type of cycles over and over again. So and by the same type of patterns, I do want to specify. I feel like he distances himself when he feels that things are getting a little bit too close, which is why you guys had all these different kind of plans, and then everything was good, and then poof. There's a withdrawal instead of an actual communication also. And there's a lot of avoiding vulnerability whenever he actually feels like he is triggered. He doesn't like to come and talk about it. He doesn't like to. He's just going to run like heck. So he is aware that something into him does need to change. He is aware of his I don't want to say faults, of the points he needs to work on. Okay, we'll put him that way. He is aware of them, but he's not quite 100% ready to admit it to everybody else and to actually work onto it. So he's aware that he needs something into him that changed, but he doesn't want to say out loud. So he's still processing it rather than actually acting upon it altogether. So at this moment, this is the way that he is. Now, into the way that he feels and everything of the such, he's a lot into a place at this moment where there's a lot of unresolved emotions from the past. There's a lot of fear of kind of being exposed within his emotions. And there's a lot of him burying things. Like he's just hiding that stuff. He's burying them. He doesn't want anybody to go on up to grab it. Yours is this one over here, Page of Pentacles. So there's a fear of being exposed, of buried wounds. I don't know. That could be resurfacing. So it kind of feels like he's more into a place where he's confronting different type of memories, self-doubt, shame about anything that he's done into the past behavior, but it comes in small little waves. It's nothing that is fully always there. So I do feel as though he does turn inward instead of seeking support sometimes, because he has that fear of being misunderstood. He has that fear of losing control on how he's actually seen. So I feel like he sees therapy or inner work that could definitely help for him, but I don't feel like he's ready to actually surrender to it. So I'm going to say he's a lot into the circling of the idea of healing. He's not rejecting it, but he definitely did not step into it and actually act upon it yet. Let me take out some more cards. Okay. Thank you. À tantôt. All right. A lot of his reflections on this moment are directed, if you will, towards emotional immaturity that he does recognize, towards an inconsistency in relationships. And he has this idea, if you will, of a romantic idealism versus emotional reality. So he does see his own patterns, especially the way that he is, the way that he pulls away when he starts to care, the way that he avoids deeper type of conversations, or the way that he protects himself through different type of things or actions such as detachment, which is what he does. But then he feels guilt. We've talked about him feeling that guilt into the past, but he hides it within. He hides it into the silence. So I'm going to say he is really, really, when you say, is he considering therapy or inner healing? He's resistant to formally go and get some help at this moment. Pride, fear, all those things, they kind of block him. But he is trying to heal upon his own self and to his own private way. So he's trying to look at his own self-reflection. He's trying to kind of fix himself, but quietly within himself, before actually going out to seek any support. And why does he actually have pride when it comes to you? I feel like this pride is It's not coldness, it's self-protection, but it's also vulnerability and fear. I feel like at this moment, he wants to appear like he's strong. He wants to appear like he is confident. He's not the one who has all these burdens and all these sorrow. He's completely in control of the situation. He wants to appear like he's in control, but he is not in control. So he doesn't want you to see that he has insecurity. He doesn't want you to see that he has doubt. Doesn't want you to see that he has emotional weakness. So he stays quite guarded in front of you. That's the way he does. So for the moment, he's afraid of losing that emotional power. He has that fear that maybe he's the one who cares more. He also has that fear of surrendering to control in love because he's had that problems into the past even before you. He's had those issues. With you, it is not a new issue. It's not something that just popped up with you. It was there before in other relationships. So instead of opening up, well, he, like we said, he distances himself. He becomes stubborn. He hides, tenderness behind ego. That's what he does. And into this connection, your feelings awaken something into him that he didn't expect. So when those feelings kind of awoken, can you say awoken? Awoken? His instincts were more to retreat and to protect himself, to appear a little bit like he's unaffected. But he cares much more than what he's actually showing. There's no doubt about that. Let me go and give you some messages about spirit about him before I move on forward into your second. He is entering into a phase where he wants to kind of break open where he's into. Parts of him are starting to realize that he can't just run away from his patterns all the time. He can't outrun them. And silence doesn't equal safety. So avoiding the healing only kind of repeats the pain, if you will. So I feel like we're a lot into a place at this moment where time and patience and emotional distance are going to help to guide into his own inner growth. So I'm going to say he's eventually going to move towards that healing, but it's going to happen slowly through some type of an emotional awakening. Nothing that's forced, nothing that's pressured. And again, your role is to not fix him. He's got to fix himself. He needs to realize what's working inside of him at this moment. So the message for you is that you showed to him what emotional safety is. He kind of got afraid of it. You showed him compassion. You showed him genuine connection. And he does respect you. His heart hears that he needs to repair himself, that he needs to fix, that he needs to correct, that he needs to do inner work. But his soul needs... Hold on, oh wait, you Bean. Oh ouais. Mets-y une petite doudou autour par contre. Puis tiens-la. Ok bébé. I'm sorry. My kids want to show Mr. Bean, the kitty cat. Mr. Bean's my neighbor. I feel he looks like Bean, but he doesn't look like Bean. I call him Mr. Bean affectionately with love. Alright, so what you need to know into these cards is you're not forgotten in any kind of shape, form, or way. He does still feel like he can be victorious with you. He does still feel like these wounds can be repaired. He does still feel as though there's an offer that can be done, and he is still holding on to you. Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, but he is into that very page-like of an energy, not quite ready to make any movement yet. We need him to gain a little bit more security, a little bit more clarity for things to really start opening on up for him, and for things to really kind of unblock also at the very same time for the both of you. Just don't want to lose your question over here. I'm gonna go and look into the chat. I was higher up into the chat because I didn't want to lose your question. Let me just go see. Hi Renee, nice to see you, sweetie pie. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're good. All right, let me continue. So let me go and see your other one over here, sweetie. Yeah, I know. Are you laughing at my Mr. Bean thing, Watson? I know, I kid you not. He doesn't even look like Bean. I don't know. He reminds me of Bean. He's a sweet gentleman. I don't know. He must be 70, I don't know, 73, 74, 72. I don't know. I don't know. But he's a sweetie pie. And so is his wife. Here we go. So, sweetie, Ten of Swords. Does he actually believe that this is something? We have our Ten of Swords. We have our Six of Swords. We also have our Six of Cups, who is passing on through. Nine of Pentacles. Does he actually believe that you're happy with the ending of the situation, the way that things went? No. Does he think that you're actually happy about the way that things are moving on through? Neither. Does he, however, believe that you guys can still connect and be together and have a reunion and talk about it and everything of this such, like a reconciliation into the future? Yes, absolutely. He does believe. So does he actually believe? Is that the age of the real Mr. Bean, Watson? Seriously? Oh, it could be. Maybe I got the real Mr. Bean in front of me. I got the French version. I'm not sure he speaks one word English. So yeah, does he think that you find his actions acceptable or okay or attractive in any kind of way? There's nothing attractive about these cards. There's nothing acceptable about any of these cards. It's a definite no. However, does he believe that it is still repairable, even though everything that he has done or the way that he is acting? He does still believe that it is repairable in some kind of shape, form, or way. So he hasn't given on up. He doesn't see you as necessarily judging him for the way that he does the way that he's been doing things. Are you in accordance? Are you in agreement with it? No. But does he, the way that he sees it, it's more what he is going through is probably what you're going through, and you've probably made some decisions that were not so good, and he's probably making decisions that maybe are not always all that good. But given the state and given where you guys are at this moment, he kind of believes that this is something that could be a little bit justifiable. It's the way we were, it's what we were doing, might not have been the right thing, but it was into my mood. I was unstable, I was this, I was that. So he sees it more as this could be somewhat of a rectification to make things better, to kind of justify his behavior into a certain way. But to answer your question clearly, does he really believe that you're finding this attractive or acceptable in any kind of shape, form, or way? Absolutely not. Does he believe that he can justify it, though, by discussing this with you into the future? Absolutely, he does. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Well, for him, it's a question. He's very egocentric. For him, it's a question about him before it's a question about you. So he's thinking about himself. He's worried about himself. So he figures whenever he's okay and he's fixed, then he can come on over. Is it the right way? I'm sorry. Probably not. Is it okay? No. Is anything acceptable into the way that he's done things? Absolutely not. But yeah. Oh, absolutely, my beautiful Julie. I'm with Love Shine. You're going to be up in about 5 minutes if you want to stick around, sweetie. So, my love, that's what I've got for you, Stephanie. Hey, love shine. Nice to see you, sweetie. I'm moving on forward to you. Is it your usual questions? Yeah, he's selfish. He's really thinking about himself more than anything else. And he figures once he fixes himself, then he can come on back. Then he can, yeah. I'm sorry. He's kind of sucky into a way. I know. He's got his good sides, but he's got his bad sides, like we all do. But if he would at least be able to fix himself up, that would be nice. That would be good. And come on back and say sorry. That would be more acceptable. It would. Usual, I got you. Your aunt called. That's okay. Auntie's doing good, sweetie. Um... 5230 is going to be over here, and voila. All right, just give me 1 second. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. But she's doing okay. Oof. I'm sorry, my love. Okay, wait. I got destabilized by that. Hold on. I'm just gonna go over here. Gonna do that, and here we go. I'm gonna put you a new timestamp also because I have been talking. So I'm gonna put you at 54 minutes. That is. You had 2 great dates with M Sunday and Monday, but you didn't see him today. Both of us just getting stuff done. Yeah, that's okay. You gotta get some stuff done every once in a while, sweetie pie. Here we go. Let's go see what we've got. So, Julie, you're gonna be on up next. All right. 3 of Wands, reverse. We are into the usual question number 1. So we are in regards to the wifey. We do have work being put on him. So we are putting some time. We are putting some effort. Actually, this is a lot about not just putting time or effort. We're thinking about putting more time. We're thinking about putting more effort. But we're really trying to figure out how to make this grow into a better way, how to make it better. So if you're trying to make it better, it's because things are not always necessarily all that great. We do have our 3 of Wands, who was also here, and we do have our World. Now, I know you're going to stick upon the fact that I said he's trying to make things better. In a certain way, he is. Not into a lovey-dovey kind of way. He's trying to make the ambiance. He's trying to make the family better into some kind of shape, form, or way, so it's not, toxic. And, well, I'm going to say that's okay. As long as it's not into a lovey-dovey kind of a way, right? So I do have him over here working on looking at different kind of ways that they could make things better into the household is basically what it is. But there's no lovey-dovey or anything of the such in regards to the wife. So yeah. You didn't miss anything. Abuelita. Oh, la, 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 la. Oh, Julie. Hey, you were here and you kind of left really quickly. Yeah. Okay, well, you're going to be on up next, sweetie. I'll be with you in a few moments. So, now with you, I do have our Hermit, which is in reverse, which makes complete sense because you told me yourself that you had seen him twice in the last 2 days, but not today because you guys were busy doing your own stuff. So, he's got his own little challenges along the way, our King of Wands, but you know what? You're bringing him beautiful happiness, sweetie. So I'm going to say things are basically quite fair. I have our beautiful couple again. I say again, no, it's not you last time. Anywho, I have our king and I have our queen who are both here in regards to you. Beautiful. Want movements forward. Here you go, my sweetie. Beautiful, lovely soul type of connection. Both looking at each other, looking to the same direction, wanting the same thing. Even though there are some challenges, everybody's got some, but trying to make things as fair as possible, trying to see you as much as possible. And you're always there, simply making him happy. So I'm going to say good for you, sweetie pie. Relationship with you seems to be going well. It's kind of cold outside. Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to the following days. It's going to be a little bit less cold. Like we've had like minus 30, like minus 33, minus 36 at night for like the last, I don't know, week to 10 days. It's been really cold. And we're going to get like a warm spell. Yeah, like, I don't know, -3 and 0. Wow. So I'm looking forward towards it. That's going to be the warmth. Ooh. All right. What is he not saying to you that he wants to say? He's trying to switch things up into his life altogether. This is no surprise to you. Look, everything that's coming on out, what he's not saying that he should be saying. Maybe he's saying bits and parts and this and that, but he's not saying the whole thing. Basically, all revolves around money. Wheel of Fortune, things not going into the way that he wants them to. There is a path redirection for him. The path redirection for him is in regards to money. We do have our Ace of Pentacles still looking for something, and our King of Pentacles who kind of feels like he lost a hold upon things that were important for him, or maybe that he took for granted into the past. So I know you do. I know you do, sweetie. But yeah, you don't get -33 once, and that's why. I think that's why. But then again, I don't get 50 degrees in summertime like you do, so we're on opposites. I swear, I think I'm getting a cold. That tickle into my throat. All right, what does he want to say to you? He's holding on to you quite dearly, my sweet love. You are shown and seen as being our 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful love, no pain, no sorrow into this connection. And for you, you have our Wheel of Fortune into the upward position. So, sweetie, you're loved. You're cared for. And as much as financially speaking, he was into the reverse, things not going well, in love with you, everything's going to perfection, on path. Yes, I know he's talked to you about his money, but maybe he hasn't said everything about his money. Maybe he hasn't said to which extent. He could say, oh, things aren't all that good, or maybe I canceled this, or maybe I won't be doing that, or maybe I'm looking for this. But his actual feelings inside, one thing is to say, oh, it's not going all that well on this, on that. The other side would be more discussing, more open, more trying to find different solutions, and being completely candid about different type of conversations that he would be having at home also. So I feel like that's truly, it all has to do with money that he's not saying to you at this moment. But I know that he has said some, just not all. Oh, 40 degrees is perfect. I love that. Julie, let's come and see you. And Renee, I like you. You're sweet. You can post your question after Julie, sweetie. So hold on just a few moments, okay? Julie, here we go. Let me go and find your questions. Are they all into the email? I saw an email that had 3 of them. Let me just go make sure that everything is there. Okay, I got that one. Okay, no, I've got the 3 and I've got the other one onto the other side with the last question that was added. Perfect. I got you. I do. All right. Okay. And right up here. So you saw a lot of 888 today, at least 4 or 5 times. You also saw 444, which was a half of the 888. What is Spirit actually trying to say? Well, let's go and see, sweetie pie. So we're going to start with that. Then we're going to go and see if he's been good. And then we're going to go with the question number 3 and the last one. Perfect. Let me make sure that you're still here. Everything is good. I've got you, sweetie. Everything is good. Yes. No, Love Shine, he's thinking about ways to try to make things better at home. He wasn't doing it today. He's looking for ways. Yeah. Okay, Julie, sweetie. So the meaning of the 888 and the 444, well, yes, seeing those repeated numbers a multiple amount of times into a day altogether, not anything that's random. It really does mean altogether that your energy field, if you will, is highly attuned at this moment, which is good. The 888, the abundance portal, divine compensation at the same time. What I'm going to say is it's actually quite powerful because the 888, hold on, and hello Valerie if you are around, sweetie. The 888 does represent a karmic shift that is going to be happening in your favor. The 888 also refers to increasing self-worth and more confidence. It has a lot to do with emotional and financial balance that is returning into your life. It also means that you're stepping out of a scarcity type of an energy in love, which is perfect. Exactly what we want, right? We want to get out of the rut, basically what I'm saying. So Spirit is saying you're no longer chasing, but you are attracting, which again is what you want. So you're choosing yourself more, exactly what you've been doing. Your vibration is rising as you're doing that. And your cycles of emotional imbalance are actually kind of breaking into that. So it is a sign for you with the 888 of alignment. I'm still just talking about the 888. So the alignment, the manifestation momentum, but also your own personal empowerment. So the main message for you within everything I've said is that you're entering into a place where you're going to start receiving and not always over giving, which is good. The 444 is about protection, but it's also about giving you a certain amount of reassurance. Whenever you do see the 444, it does speak about your angels, it speaks about your guides, it speaks about you being emotionally tested, but also, like I said, being protected of uncertainty about, you've been feeling a lot of uncertainty about, Mike. You've been feeling vulnerable, you've been feeling emotional fatigue. So the number 444 is coming on through to say you're supported. Even into the silence that you're into, you're still supported. So it's a grounded message coming from your angels that are saying, stay centered. Trust the timing. You're not alone onto this path. He's onto this path with you. Now, has he been good? Basically is what we're going to go and snoop at. My Knight of Wands is not taking any action in any kind of shape, form, or way. Three of Swords in reverse is also a good. We have our Devil in reverse. We have our Three of Cups. And we have our Ten of Swords in reverse. I'm going to say, because I don't see any action, I don't see any involvement, I don't see any movement towards anything that is loving, gathering. I don't see any other lady's energy or him having any type of energy towards anybody else. I'm going to say to you, I feel like he's been basically pretty quiet. He's been busy doing all different kind of things, but he's been quiet onto that side. I feel like he's been more withdrawn. I feel like he's more within himself, taking time for himself, not always thinking. His mind is not like a spinning hamster wheel. He's not always into that I'm thinking and trying to figure out things, but he's been stagnant a lot into his type of energy of wanting to focus onto his needs and how he needs to move on forward. So there's a lot of that energy that is within him. So there's a lot of routine. There's a lot of isolation. There's a lot of himself into his own self-containment. So not into any type of active pursuit towards anybody else. So I'm going to say staying into his lane type of an energy is pretty much where I'm seeing him at this moment. He's limited a little bit, I feel, into his social, because of our Three of Cups in reverse, into his social closeness. He's been spending more time alone, more time into his own personal space at the very same time. And really, he's processing, he's sorting his thoughts, he's avoiding complications altogether. So I do not see him opening himself on up to anybody else neither. So I'm going to say you're good, Sweetie Pie. I do not feel like he's been doing anything that he's not supposed to. I don't see him doing anything he's not supposed to, but I don't see him wanting to do anything he's not supposed to also. And I feel like it's important to state both of them, because they do signify two different things. Now, should you actually pull back more? Renee is going to be up next, and then I think we're going to be with Valerie, because I did have an incoming message from Valerie, but did not look at it yet. For the moment, I do have our Chariot who's not really moving. I do have our Knight of Wands who wants to move, and I do have our Three of Pentacles. For the moment, I feel like your power is your own sovereignty, if you will. I don't want you chasing. Like, Spirit doesn't want you to chase, not into any type of chasing, but neither into any like withdrawal kind of games. So we don't want to make him have a fear of losing you. It's more about returning to yourself. It's more about reclaiming your own field. It's more about you being softly detached, if you will. So enjoying your life, doing your things, not worrying about it too much. So I'm going to say enjoy what you're doing. And that's pretty much what it is. Just have a softer focus, which is what you've been doing. Continue into your energetic offerings, but maybe you can do a little bit less since I'm doing some for you. That would allow you to pull yourself a little bit back into your energy and focus it on different type of parts into your life. Don't overthink things. Sometimes by overthinking or over whispering or those things, sometimes it just becomes too much into our mind without even realizing it. So really, what you're being asked to do is not to detach more, but to focus more upon yourself. Your attachment to him is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. This is more about you redirecting your love towards you. And that is going to allow space for energetic realignment for both of you guys. Is going to enable both of you to have that emotional gravity to kind of shift. And it's going to allow his awareness to awaken, but into a natural flow. So what you need to remember is you don't have to prove yourself. And when you self-nurture, your aura is going to strengthen. Your intuition is going to become more clear. Your heart's going to become even more magnetic. And we did talk, is that today or yesterday? We were talking about the magnetism of it. I think it was today. Anyhow, and Mike will feel that difference. And he's going to feel it without force. He'll feel it without fear, and he'll feel it without manipulation. So, altogether, as for him, he's not pursuing right now, not because he doesn't care, not because he doesn't love, not because of, has nothing to do with the actual word of fear. He believes that your relationship and your connection is constant, which gives him a grounding, which gives him a stability. He, into his mind, assumes that you're not going to leave. You never have all the way up until now. Why should you now? Right? So he feels you as being very emotionally safe. So your inner shift is going to matter more than any type of action that you could take. So you choose your own self, choose your own emotional peace. Release a little bit of the energetic pressure that you've been feeling. Remain receptive to his energy that is given on out. That's what you got to do, because this connection over here, and it's been like that. We've seen that theme for a very, very long time about the trust, the trusting of the connection. The connection at this moment that you have is both, okay, teaching to each other your own self-worth, your own emotional balance, and your soul maturity. Nobody's losing anybody. This is about reclaiming yourself to become stronger, to become one, to become together. Yes. Hi, Valerie. Nice to see you, Sweetie Pie. You're going to be coming on up soon, okay? Renee, I do not do Sweetie Pie past loved ones. I do not, my love. I used to do them. I do not do them until lives. Because I don't call them in. They appear to me is the way it works. And whenever I'm really close to somebody or I'm really close to their energy, then they just kind of appear to me. But other than that, I have to actually call them in. So I don't usually do that into the live, sweetie. Yeah. Not give up mentally. No, I don't feel like you should give up mentally. Like it doesn't care anymore and only focus on tier one. No. What I want you to be able to do is to continue to focus onto the connection, to continue to focus onto your love and your desire and everything. Really what I want you to do concretely is pick up some type of activity or do something instead of, let's say, doing different type of workings, or instead of doing a working 5 days a week or 7 days a week, cut it down by half. If you usually do 5 times, do 2 or 3 times, or just pace yourself a little bit more. That will allow for the energy to flow on through. It will allow for the connection to flow on through into a different kind of a way, and it will allow him to come closer to you. As for the whisperings and those things, those are perfect to do before you go to bed at night. Perfect timing to do so. But other than that, just make yourself happy into a day. If making yourself happy means, whenever you're feeling a little bit down about him because there's no connection or he's not reaching out right away, switch the energy to something that's good, to positive. Try to switch it. I know it's not easy, but try to switch it. So do an activity, listen to a song, watch a show, go for a walk, go to the gym, go to the spa, shop, whatever's good. Just do a little bit of a shift. That's it. Because we don't want your energy to disappear. We don't want it to disconnect, because then he's no longer going to feel it. And then we're going to end up having a different type of a problem. We want it there. We just want you to be happier within it. That's what we want. So you can spend more time watching TV. All right. All right, that's all good. Okay, perfect. So that's just what you've got to do. You're really good at that, Julie. You're really good into those moments, and that's a really big difference between both of you, but it's what allows the connection at the same time to survive, and is going to allow your connection to the future also to palliate when there's going to be different type of ups and downs and, you know, things in life that are going to happen. He's very much more, yes, inward, thinking about himself. He kind of keeps to himself. But he's a little bit more negative into his thoughts. You're a little bit more positive into your thoughts, but you're more natural and easy kind of going and flowing. You guys will end up, this is going to end up being something very positive into your relationship later on. You're just kind of working onto it onto your own side at this moment to have that connection. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Oh, I don't know, Sean. I'm sorry, sweetie. I can't say why. Maybe YouTube has some type of a bug, sweetie pie. Um, so I'll see you a little bit later if you want to chit chat about it, Julie. But honestly, just cut back a little bit onto the workings. Do a little more things that make you happy into the moments where you feel more down. That's it. And in moments where you're feeling a little bit more off, do something that makes you feel up, better. That's good. That's all I need you to do, sweetie. Um, okay. Um, Hold on. And then I'm going to come and see our beautiful Valerie, and I'm going to leave you a timestamp also. Watson, 5 minutes cutoff time, sweetie pie, is pretty much what it is going to be. I'm just going to go and make sure everything is good all over the place. Hi, sweetie. What's up?
Fini ça.
T'as fini ça? Faut que je le recharge. C'est parfait. Tu veux-tu l'apporter en bas sur le comptoir pour moi?
Ok, aussi ça, il est réutilisable, je l'ai pas utilisé.
Ok, tu veux-tu le mettre sur le comptoir pour moi aussi en bas? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. À tantôt. And we are good. So here we go. Yes, wait. Yeah, the pretty. Hold on. Hold on, Renee. You do, Julie. Wait, I was stuck into that. Hold on. Um yeah, you're absolutely right. Hold on, hold on. I'm coming to see you, my beautiful Renee. I'm so sorry. I was into my world. All right, hold on. So, does he still see you as the most beautiful woman physically when he thinks of you? That was your question. All right. Renee, you're up next, followed up by Valerie. And the reading's closing in 3 minutes, sweetie pies. Ooh, ba-da-ba-da. I'm sorry. I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to say yes very strongly, even though clearly he's keeping this information to himself. You are seen to him, into his eyes. I'm going to give you a little bit of his perspective, if you will. You're seen as very sensual. You're seen as somebody who's very, just 1 second, please. Raphaël et Anaël et Mathias. Non. Non, 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 non. Merci. All right. You are seen as somebody who is very, well, physically speaking, I'm going to say very unforgettable, which I know seems a little bit weird, but yes, very unforgettable. You might have some resemblances to different people that he, likes traits of into the past, but there is something about you that differs within something having to do with the shine of your eyes, something having to do with the length of your hair and just the way that you carry yourself is what I'm seeing. But you're being seen as very, very magnetic. Your presence for him, not just onto the physical side, but onto the emotional side, inside, very warm, very comforting. And I say it all the time, and I see it all the time. You feel like home, a very non-judgmental, comfortable, beautiful, safe place to be into. For him, he doesn't just remember that feeling that you bring of home. He doesn't remember just those physical attributes that you have, but he remembers the different little things, the little expressions that you have, the softness that you have, the presence that you bring when you're into the room with him. So it's almost like if it's your aura that kind of imprints onto him into a certain way. So there is a lot about you that comes on through. There's your emotional sweetness. There's the admiration. So when he thinks of you, he doesn't compare you to anybody else. You're not comparable to anybody else. You're different. You stand apart. Nobody else feels like you. Nobody else looks like you. Yes, there's other women who are good looking. Yes, absolutely. But they're not you. They're not as beautiful into his eyes because of all those other attributes that I have mentioned. So there's like something that you have triggered into his memory, into his mind, into his soul that makes you different from the others. So again, I'm going to say it's not the fact that you guys are not necessarily seeing each other at this moment that is making that a withdrawal. You're still very attractive. You're still very beautiful. You're still the most beautiful one. Nothing has faded. It's just that he's not acting upon it at this moment. But he's basically not acting upon it because he wants to be completely respectful. He doesn't want you to think that he wants you for other reasons, other purposes that you could think of. That's the main reason being. So when he actually sees you as a person, he sees you and he feels like he's a little bit humbled. He feels always like he's a little bit stunned inside. There is something about you that is different. And he knows that. So that's why he has a lot of longing. That's why he has a lot of that familiarity, like he's known you for a very long time. So yes, you are still seen as the most beautiful into his eyes. Lucky Mike? Yeah. Yeah, I know. But you always feel that way, Julie. You feel self-conscious when you guys haven't seen each other for a little while. You always do. You're like, am I as... Yeah, that's a pattern of yours. Does he believe that you moved on? I think I have answered it, but in case I haven't, let me just go see. Enjoy your relaxation, my beautiful Julie. You deserve it. You've had a really, 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 really long day. Sometimes, my beautiful Stephanie, he does wonder. Sometimes he does wonder if you have moved on, not onto an emotional way, but onto a psychological way. But he does still believe that you're still holding on. So I will say sometimes it does cross his mind, but ultimately nothing is clear. But it does sometimes. Sometimes it does cross his mind. But he doesn't believe it. He doesn't trust into it. Like he'll think, oh, maybe she's moved on. Maybe she's done this. But then he thinks to himself, nah, what we had was too strong. The connection was too strong. I don't think she did. So there's like a toss and turn and a toss and turn. But we've seen that toss and turn into the readings into the past also before. Oh no, sweet Lord, no. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, I did discuss that a little bit into the reading. I did. How he believes that you are doing some things with other people and he's doing some things with some people also, but it doesn't mean in any kind of shape, form, or way that he has moved on or anything of the such. So for him, he believes that you think that he's maybe playing around doing some things, but that he's completely moved on or anything of the such. No. Basically, that he's playing the field is what it is. Whatever he is up to is not out of love. It is not out of a relationship. It's out of, we'll say, entertainment. It's out of distractions. Yeah, you can come over here if you want to. We had minus 36 yesterday, Sean. Just a 72-degree difference. Sure. Renee. So what is going on with you? And Valerie is going to be on up next. So basically, Stephanie, if you're still around, he believes that you think that he's playing around and maybe having fun and maybe entertaining himself, but no, he's not looking for a relationship or moved on to a relationship. He does not believe that you think that he has or that he is even wanting to. Might be a clearer answer. Current energy for you, my beautiful Renee. What do we've got? You feel like you're a little bit of a puppet, nothing really happening. You're just kind of moving on forward. That just means that you got to take, some type of direction. You got to decide. You got to start making your world go into the right place. That means that you're into somewhat of a suspension kind of a phase. So isolation, emotionally, energetically speaking. So, maybe you're withdrawing yourself to protect yourself. Maybe you've been tired within your nervous system for a very long time. Maybe for you, the world feels like it's heavy, like it's noisy, like it's unsafe. And that's why you kind of feel like you're a little bit into survival mode. That being said, it's okay to step on back every once in a while because you feel like you can't necessarily carry the weight. However, your soul's a little bit into a limbo right now. And what do we do when we're into limbo? We got to get out of it, right? So you're not stuck. You're not stuck into like a stuck kind of a way. You can unstick yourself. We'll put it that way. You're paused. The old life you are not aligned with, but you're no longer aligned with what you're with at this moment neither. You need something more. You need something different. So it's like if life forced you to stop repeating cycles, to stop living in autopilot, to face your inner truth. And that's why you're feeling like nothing is moving forward at this moment. Why? Because you're not meant to go back to what was. The old version of yourself is gone. It's no longer what it is. It has changed, but it has changed for something more because you've been carrying too much emotional exhaustion, disappointment, long-term heaviness. So Your spirit is saying you're tired. You're tired of enduring. You're tired of it all. So this was a little bit of a soul reset. What spirit wants you to know that you need at this moment, even if you cannot see it, is there still that path moves forward. We all have that path. This is the first sign of your renewal after that long period of feeling into the darkness or like that puppet. Your life is at the beginning. You make your story. How do you want to write your story? What's being the next page? What's going to be the next adventure? How are you going to get yourself out of this rut? How is that main character, you, going to move on forward and go and gain that happiness that you want, that happily ever after? You don't have to suddenly change everything. It's not about saying tomorrow morning you're waking up and you're changing everything. It's one little thing at a time. I have mentioned this person into the past. Some people like him, some people don't. I really do like him. Jordan Peterson. Point being, he's a therapist, but he does many other things also. Point being, he often relates to the fact, and spiritually, soul-wise, everything is such, it resembles a lot of that. When you're feeling really horrible, and we've all felt horrible at some point in time, the first thing is to put your life a little bit together. And sometimes putting your life together is just getting out of bed. Sometimes putting your life together is making your bed. That could be a challenge. It could be something heavy. It could be burdensome. It could mean a lot of energy. It could mean, but it's the tiny little details is what I'm saying. So start with the tiny little details. Try to figure out what little thing you can change tomorrow. Little thing. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is. If it's you're talking to somebody new today, you're saying hi to somebody today. May it be online, some social network. May it be outside. One little thing. Whatever it is that is important for you, make that one little change. And when you're ready, add on in a second little change. Slowly you'll start to change things and things will become a little bit less burdensome. You'll start to reawaken a little bit more. But you need to be gentle with yourself. Little small things are going to spark bigger type of connections. But tiny steps, not big leaps. So you're not meant to force anything at this moment. You're being guided actually into the cards to regulation, to grounding, and to a soft reconnection with life. Like I said, we're not, bungee jumping. We're taking one little step at a time. Nothing dramatic is being asked from you. Not pushing yourself harshly. Just breathing life back in small little ways. Why life has felt blocked? Honestly, you've been through a lot of things. A silent collapse, I'm going to say. An identity that needs shedding. Values that could be rearranging. An emotional reawakening. What you need is to know that the old doors are closed, but new ones are going to be opening for you, even if they have not yet. So, there you go. Get yourself a small start. A start humble, softly. Go for a walk outside, have a one conversation, have a one new experience, a one spark of curiosity. Life is slowly going to start to return. You will feel unstuck. You will no longer feel like you're a puppeteer, that somebody that you don't really know is controlling you. And if you do know who is controlling you, well, then you know what to do with that person now, don't you? So your message over here is you're being asked to slowly move on forward. All right, you need to refine that balance. You need to connect with people. You need to connect with people who are like-minded, who are able to share and help you move on forward within that. Remember, this is a shift. It's not going to happen right away. It is a shift. It's one little step at a time, but go ahead with it. You've got this. All right? I just did once, and it's all good, sweetie. Stephanie, does he believe that? Okay, so he feels that you see him just out playing the field, nothing serious. Exactly, Stephanie. Did I have lots to drink and stay hydrated? I was ill this weekend, Sean, and I was dehydrated. And I drank for almost 24 hours to rehydrate myself. So I'm actually going to say I'm onto the men's. Yeah. All right, I'm going to come and see Valerie over here, but thank you for asking. Valerie, here we go. I don't go on Messenger all that much, my dear Sean. I don't. Whenever I go on a Messenger, I get bombarded by a million messages. So I try not to go all that much. I try not to. I try to go when I really just have to. Hold on. Let me just go over here. Let's go like that. Oh, look at that. Okay, hold on. That's kind of funny. It's funny the way that you wrote it. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're here. The way that you wrote that through, not into a creepy way. I kind of thought it was funny. Okay, did I put a timestamp? Let me go say. Thank you, Diane. You're sweet. No, I'm good, Sean. I'm good. I'm good. I'm recovered. I might be getting a cold. I don't know. Other than that, I'm good. Hopefully Evil D, try to stay far away from Evil D, sweetie. Just try to stay far, far, far away. I know, Valerie. What is that? That is so funny. Not do a creepy way, but just kind of curious. Like he's analyzing you. Yes, like he's not too sure about this. He likes you, but all right, let's go see. I'm gonna go and see little Alice over here for that one. I feel like he's more curious about you. I feel like he's silently attentive, is what it is. Yeah, it's not that he dislikes you. Absolutely not. I feel like he's trying to figure you out, is basically what it is. Honestly, I feel like this person's going to end up being someone kind of nice. I feel like he's going to end up joining forces with you at some point in time. I feel like at this moment, his energy is more curious, like much more thoughtful. He's just kind of like quietly attentive, not too sure. He just, he doesn't jump into stuff. He's not all that impulsive. So, like you said, there's nothing creepy. There's nothing flirtatious about anything of the such. He's just more observant and kind of reflective, wondering. But I feel like he's wondering why you're with him. I see him asking himself that question. So I feel like he's watching a little bit for what he has to say. He's trying to notice. He's actually trying to a little bit analyze you. Like, honestly, he's trying to notice little details about you. But basically, he's trying to understand you, not judge you. But he is looking at the details. I know it sounds like he's judging you, but he's not. He's not. He's trying to figure you out. It's like if he's trying to read your energy, like respectfully but gently, without any intrusion. Like he doesn't want to step into anything. I honestly feel like this person, I feel like you're going to be at ease with this person into the following 2-3 months. Okay, things will be more comfortable. They'll be more warm. They'll be better. Like it will make sense. You're not gonna ask me this question anymore. And I actually feel like you're gonna get along quite well with this person. You're gonna have like good conversations. And it's going to be like a normal type of conversation. And it's going to be an enjoyable kind of a conversation. So I feel like he likes your presence. I feel like he feels like there's safety around your presence. But it's almost like if he wants to protect, his brother in two ways. Like he's a little bit protective and he's just kind of watching a little bit. So I'm going to say he's basically emotionally aware. That's it. Other than that, I'm going to say curiosity. I'm going to say he cares. I'm going to say he is a little bit introspective. But it's really just trying to figure you out. That's what he's doing. Not in an intrusive kind of a way. Honestly, not. I feel like he's kind. I do. I feel like he's just very well intentioned altogether. So, sweetie pie, don't worry about it. I feel like this is somebody who has different type of layers to their personality. I feel like his attention is there. He just really wants to know who you are, what you're up to, make sure you're good for his brother, that you're nice and that you're sweet. That's it. That's all. But you will see within the following few months, you guys are going to get along really well together. He'll become, I won't say like a friend, but something of the such. He's not sure. He's not sure, Valerie. He's not sure. That's why that's why he's quietly looking around. He's not sure. He's not sure of your motive is what it is. It's like he's surprised that you're with his brother and he's unsure of your motives. And so he's curiously kind of watching you. And again, not into a judgmental or not into a bad way. He's just very curious about who you are. He really wants to make sure that you're with his brother for the right reasons. Not that I'm saying that you would be with him for anything that would be financial or anything as such, but he just wants to make sure that you're not going to hurt his brother in any kind of a way and that you're a good person. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's really not all that. He's unsure. He's unsure, but he does like you. He does like you. He doesn't know. He's taking it one little step at a time. I'm going to say you just continue being you. You're good. You're really, really good, sweetie. I mean, there's nothing bad that's happening. You're nice and you're sweet. Everything's going to work out just fine with him and with his family altogether. So have no fears. No, he doesn't think that he's too good. No, it's the other way around. It's like he's wondering why you're with his brother because his brother is or seems very different from you and he doesn't understand the connection. A good night, Diane. It's like he doesn't understand the connection because he would not necessarily have, let's say there's people into a room and you're going to put two people together and say, hey, let's make a date. Let's make a couple. You and you're going to go on a date. He wouldn't have put you guys together. So that's why I'm saying he's like a little bit unaware of your intentions towards him because he kind of feels like it's a little bit of a weird fit. He would not have associated both of you guys together, not because of intentions. Not because you're ill-intentioned or that his brother is better, than anything else. Absolutely not. Good night, Sean, sweetie. So yeah, he doesn't believe that his brother's too good for you. He just doesn't know what your intentions are with his brother. Is basically what I'm seeing. Hopefully that makes sense. Juanson. Oh yeah, let me go on and put those little. Let me go and put that over there. There you go. Because I had not yet. Let me go on and peek at your email that took 2 hours to get to me, Juanson. Yeah, that's not long at all. Not really looking for it, right? I know. It's that return. Everybody's into that return to work and return into all different kind of things right now. I know. It's not easy, Watson. It's not easy. You should be able to have some time off, though. Ooh, the Cinderella musical is going to be starting. Ooh, that is going to be nice. Absolutely. All right, let's go see what we've got. Okay. Glad it makes sense. Glad it makes sense, sweetie. I know, Juanson. But for a lot of people, it is a return. I've been here pretty much also, Juanson. But it is a return for many. For me, today was the return to normality with, kids in school and everything. So for me, that's like the true return to normality. Yeah. When you've got appointments all over the place and you got to pick up kids all over the place and that's my norm. That started up again today. So, what I am seeing for you over here, work-wise, you're going to have a couple of red vests. Yeah, they might be a little bit of a pain in the you-know-what. You're definitely going to have some red vests, all right? But other than that, I feel as though things are moving into a good way for you. Honestly, you're just moving ahead. You're doing what you need to do. As much with your passion as within work. Oh, you might be stuck into a place you don't like for like 2 or 3 hours. Oh, I know that sounds bad, but you might be stuck into a place at work that you don't like as much, but not too long. Other than that, I don't know. Somebody's giving you a compliment this week. A nice compliment. A sweet compliment. Yeah. Look forward to a beautiful compliment coming your way. Not a full day off. Absolutely not. Maybe a half a day, however, could be coming your way. So maybe a half a day for you. Other than that, we have our Four of Cups. We have our Emperor. We also have our King of Wands. So we are in love. We're a little bit stagnant. You're ready. You're ready to move forward, however. Now I need you to go and find that special person who's going to move you forward. That's what I need. However, for you, things are good, sweetie. You're into a good vibe. You're into a good energy. You're moving on forward. Whenever anybody's going to appear that's going to be good for you, you'll be there. But all in positivity. Oh, are they all over the place on Wednesdays? Well, you don't have anything to fear. They like you. They like you, sweetie. Don't worry about it. As for E's okay. E's in changes. E's tired. E's tired. She's tired of Chandelier Dude also. She is. She's tired of him. It's like she's annoyed by him. I don't know if she spent too much time with him because of the holidays or, family and everything and such, but today she's annoyed. Tired and annoyed. Not by life, by him. Which is okay. Yeah, that's always good to hear. She does think about you. Thinking about those moments. She knows that you sing, right? Because for some reason over here, your passion singing pops on through. It's like if I don't know if she's ever heard you sing or she's just kind of imagining how you sing, but that's what I'm getting into the vibes. She has some sadness also. She has some sadness. It's like she misses those times spent together. And sometimes it's just the tiniest little things. One little moment, one little time spent together changes everything. One little thing. One. Basically, I feel like she's looking forward to talking with you again. She has heard you sing? Well, there you go. See, I'm not crazy. Let's go like that. Let's go over here. Oh, and you didn't know that she was there. Oh. Hmm. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's go towards and Angel and Oracle. All right. Angel message. You are cherished, you are watched over, you are protected, especially when you feel empty or when you are longing. There is a presence around you that feels feminine, gentle, and nurturing, like a guardian angel or higher self mother energy. Oracle message. You are being guided to reset your heart, to receive love instead of chasing it, and trust that emotional fulfillment is returning towards you. Love messages. Someone in your energetic field feels warm, nostalgic, and quietly attached to you. I think about you much more than you realize. You're not easy to forget. You always stay with me. I wish I had the right words back then. I still feel something when I think of you. She was smiling, so it was like the movies towards her. I don't give it. Yeah, I know. You did good. You did good. All right, my sweetie pies. We shall see each other tomorrow. Same place, same time. So, sweet dreams, my loves, and have a beautiful day tomorrow. Get some rest.